This is Allie.
And this is David.
And you're listening to For the Culture.
I tell them take a picture, man. It'll last longer. Hit the gas on them. Hit a dance on them. Take no chance on them. Get the cash on them. Flip it fast on them. Take off the mask on them. Show the world who you are.
What's going on, people? What's going on?
Hi.
We are back.
Yay!
We've been gone for, oh my God, how long have we been gone?
It's got to be at least 2 months.
At least 2 months.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of things going on in this 2 months. My wife and I, we moved into a new home.
Yeah, and then my husband and I are getting ready to leave Germany, so yeah. So
and they went on vacation.
Yeah.
So we just been doing a lot, and we haven't been able to get on here to talk to you guys. Mm-hmm. But we're back.
Yay!
And there is a lot going on in the world right now, and we're going to try to touch on a few things.
Yeah.
We're not going to touch on everything because that would leave us here all day and night. So we're just going to touch on a few things that we want to talk about, and then from there we will invite questions.
On like our other platforms?
On other platforms.
Oh, okay. I was like, what do you mean? We're not live or anything. I was like,
and they can ask us anything. We'll come back to it and try to touch on that on our future episodes.
Okay, I like that. So before we came online, we were actually talking about the gifts that we have and the opportunities that have been presented to us, and about actually taking advantage of them, moving forward in the gifts that have been given to us. So let's elaborate on that, because it's something that I'm tired of being stuck in this one phase where, should I go left? Should I go right? Do I move forward? How do I take a final step and say, this is what I'm going to be passionate about. This is what I'm going to put my work into and give it my all.
Right. And what we're talking about is that we have the podcast. We both have different things that we're both passionate about outside of the podcast that we do. And we're just trying to find out, should we actually continue on those paths? Are we actually passionate about them? Or should we just like let them go and then go back to something that we've already done, or go back to something new, or crap or get off the pot, pretty much. It's the best way of saying it. We're trying to figure out what we should do. And in regards to the podcast, we've been given so many benefits and opportunities with this podcast. Even we only have 5 episodes out, being offered sponsorships and being able to reach more people. We were talking, if we're not going to put our all into it, if we're not going to put everything possible into doing this, why do it? Why take those benefits and those gifts were given to us and let somebody else have them? Because we're essentially, if we're not going to utilize them at their full potential, then there's no reason for us to have them. So we have decided we are, at this time, going to hunker down and actually...
Oh, wait. We made that decision?
Well, we said we're going to try to go forward.
Oh.
So we're going to, if we're going to go forward, I know us, we're going to try to at least put something into it.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to hunker down and put time and effort into this, and we're going to continue to bring topics and issues that we feel both benefit and what's the word I'm looking for? Both benefit and concern our culture.
Okay. I thought this was going to be a discussion. I didn't know that the decision was already made.
I'm just talking about for the podcast.
Okay.
Now, for everything else we're going on, I think that I really use this as a time of reflection during our podcast, a time of therapy per se.
Okay.
Because I get to talk with you. I get to talk about things that's going on. And we both have very differing perspectives, but at the same time we're on the same road, but we're on totally different sides of that road.
It's because we're going opposite directions, or
no.
what?
It's a one direction. It's a one-way road, but we're on different sides of that road. I think that we have.
I'm sorry, that metaphor makes me know.
We have varying levels of. What's the word?
I have no idea where you're going with this.
We care a lot about more and less about different things per se.
Okay,
things
so
that you care a lot about, I may not even give a second glance to. Things that I care a lot about, you may not give a second glance to.
Okay.
And I think that in the way that we approach things that we both care about is totally different.
Okay, I can agree with that.
That's what I mean. We're on the same road.
Yeah.
Well, different sides. There's different lanes. Sometimes you're in the fast lane. I'm in the slow lane. Sometimes I'm in the fast lane. You're in the slow lane.
Okay.
And I think that with that, I'm able to, because we rarely completely disagree. Yeah. There's times that we do. Yeah. And I think that with us being who we are and the people we are, we're able to respect that. Yes. And understand where each other is coming from. Yeah, definitely. And it allows us to be able to, I keep saying what's the word, like I don't know the words right here in my head.
I have told myself I'm not gonna act as if the word is not coming to me. I'm gonna say the first word that comes to mind because it might lead to hilarity. Right. So whatever the word is that's coming to your mind, just say it, whatever it is.
My vocabulary, I have a very decent, I don't say decent, I'm not going to say good. I have a very decent vocabulary. Nowhere near as my father. My father has a vocabulary like he just woke up every day and just opened the dictionary, used the word day. Oh, okay. and that's why I don't play him in Scrabble anymore. Yeah. I still play him in chess. Yeah. Not Scrabble.
I don't want to make it seem like set up, but we're going to have to let our parents compete because my mom is a school teacher. And so, education, learning, words, that's her thing. I want to see them compete. Like Scrabble expert against Scrabble expert. No, I want to see that. I want to see that going down.
But Scrabble, my dad believes he's a Scrabble king. Yeah. And I've never beat him. Yeah. My younger sister, Tiffany, has never beat him.
Of course.
But chess, that's where we fight. Yeah. Chess is where we fight, and I've never lost a game of Monopoly.
Oh, okay. I don't like that game.
I love Monopoly.
It takes forever. That
it doesn't.
And is it strategy where there's a map of the earth and you have to fight to conquer the other countries? Risk. Yes. I'm not a fan. Those games take forever.
It depends on your strategy.
Okay.
I can win a game of Monopoly rather quickly.
Oh, okay.
And because of my strategy, because the way I play people, I don't play the game, I play people.
Oh,
it makes it a lot easier.
I'm not good at that.
You are though. You just don't know you are. The thing is that you know what people want and what they don't want.
Are you saying like me personally or people
in general? But even you also, because you even have an innate sense to tell when people dislike something. When somebody just dislikes something or they won't go near, you know that. You know those times.
I do have a spirit of discernment. Yeah. I do.
And with that, and that's all you need.
Really?
That's all you need with Monopoly. You just have to be able to discern whether or not a deal is beneficial or appears beneficial to the person you're making the deal with. That's all it takes.
Okay. All right.
And how far ahead they think.
Okay.
Because if you're only thinking that move ahead, you're thinking that move, then I'm going to beat you every time.
Okay.
Because I don't think that move. I think to the end of the game. I'll give up my whole Boardwalk Park place and all my yellows and greens because I'll still win.
Okay.
I've won with just Baltic and what's the other one?
I don't know.
It's one
I avoid that game at all costs. I don't know. You can say anything right now. All I know is the little dog. Okay, so back to our gifts and talents.
Yes.
So we're gonna give it a go ahead. We're gonna keep plowing through with the podcast. Now with our other side hustles, what are you, David, specifically going to do to give you that motivation to push through on all your other projects? I'm asking for a friend.
Well, personally, it's just going to be sitting down and realizing if it's beneficial to me, my wife, and where we want to end up. So if photography isn't beneficial, it's time to give it up.
Okay.
If writing is not beneficial, it's time to give it up. If going back to IT is a possibility, going back to satellite communications and communications and things like that, all that's a possibility because those things are beneficial to where we want to be.
As a unit.
Right. Because once we got married, it's no longer me and her, it's us.
Yeah.
So, and she is doing the same thing right now. She's still in the military, so I'm traveling with her. And so it makes it easier to do writing and photography instead of trying to build a career in a single place where we're not going to be in a single place for maybe 2 or 3 years. But IT is IT. I can always do IT. I'm certified and I have different certifications and I can always go back and do that. But
But do you want to? Like, I don't want to go back to communications. You know, we both have a communication background, and I know that the military gave me that job just because of how well I did on the ASVAB, not because they realized or thought that I love comm. It was that I did well. That's where they put me. And it's a safety net. If all else goes wrong with the artistic venues that I want to pursue, then it's like, okay, I'll go back. But I don't want to. Don't make me.
Either.
Don't make me.
I don't either. Because like you said, it's not artistic. It's logic based. Kind of like, it's like math. But math makes sense to me.
Yes.
So for me, going back and doing networking or going back and things, it just makes it's easy to do. Yeah. But I will be bored. Yes. I would be resentful. But I think that if it called for it, I could go back and do it, and I could write my own path in that. Okay. So
if you had to.
Right, if I had to. I'd probably start a communications company. I'd probably find a way to work around the everyday suit and tie communications life to where I go in and I'm running a network for a company, which I really don't want to do. Yeah. But I think that if it comes down to it, I would find my path in that. Okay. Well, how about you? What do you think it would take for you to choose which way you want to go?
I think, one, getting over trying to be perfect. That is a big one for me. Usually when I start something, especially when it comes to schoolwork, I'm usually number one. And so going into something, if I have an inkling that it's not going to be perfect, I'll just drop it and want to give up and not want to deal with it. And then I don't even try to see where I could have gone with it. And if there are people that are out, I shouldn't even say if, there are people that are out there to receive the message, and it can only come from me. And if I deny people that opportunity, that's not fair. Right. So one, getting over perfectionism. Two, actually I should have made this number one, praying. That I should have made that number one. And I like what you said about seeing if it's beneficial to you and your wife as a unit. So in my case, seeing if it's beneficial to me and my husband as a unit and where we're going to go, what kind of plans we have for the future. So, okay. Thank you. This is why I wanted to elaborate on this conversation, because I was just like, I don't know what to do. I'll start, I'll stop, and I know that it's in there for me to succeed, but it's like, why don't I have the motivation to keep going and to keep pushing through? Right. When so many doors are being opened. You know, I think about that time that you came up to me to first talk about us doing a podcast together. Like, every time the four of us go out for dinner, it's usually the two of us going on and on and on about pop culture and all these different things. So it's like, you know, when that opportunity came, it was like, yes, let's jump on it. Let's go. So, yeah.
And I think you and I are a lot alike in the fact that I am, but I'm not. I won't say a perfectionist, but I think that's because I've never had a task come to me that's difficult. I've never had anything difficult come to me. Even no matter what I've decided to do, whether it's with music or photography or writing or just talking or talking to people, it's never been difficult for me. And the first thing in my life that was difficult, I want to say, was being married. And that took work. And I failed at it a few times. With my wife, and it was hard, but I think that's the first time that I've actually had to fight through not being good at something. And I think with a career or with one of these things that I want to do on the side, I think that since everything has always come so easy for me, that I've been able to flick from thing to thing to thing to thing and been successful with it. And it might work at the time, it might work in that moment, but it won't
maintain itself
because I keep moving. Yeah. And that's why when I left IT, it was easy. It was easy to walk away from IT. And left IT and I moved over to audio and video again. Moved from there to being a foreman of a warehouse. Just so many different things that I was doing. And it just made it And I've never, like I said, I've never had a hard time doing things.
Yeah.
So it makes it hard for me to say that I'm going to sit back and
Yes.
learn everything about this and try to be the best at something, because I've always been good at things. And thinking that I need to get to continue to work hard to be better at something is kind of daunting.
Yeah.
So I think I just need to get to that point to where I feel that I need to, like I said before, hunker down and actually do it.
Okay. Maybe we should be each other's accountability partners.
I think so.
Yeah.
I really think so. But we have been talking about this for a minute, so we're going to move on, because this is starting to get more personal about us, which is, I know some people like to hear those things, find out about us, who we are, but there's so many other things going on in the world right now. So many other things.
Let's talk about all these other things.
Right. So let's talk about, first thing I wanted to put out here is the BET Awards were, for us, I want to say it was almost the night before last.
Oh, okay.
But
you mean in our time zone?
In our time zone,
okay.
But it was...
when you said for us, I thought you meant for us.
Oh, no. But the BET Awards just happened.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of awards. There were a lot of awards given out to the same people we always see. Mm-hmm. And I'll just go through a few of them. Some of the ones, most notable ones that are out there. Best Female R&B, of course, is Beyonce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Best Male R&B, Bruno Mars. Mm-hmm. Migos is the best group. Mm-hmm. Best Female Hip Hop, Cardi B. Best Male Hip Hop, Kendrick Lamar. Video of the Year, God's Plan by Drake.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Best New Artist was SZA.
Mm-hmm.
Best Actress, Tiffany Haddish. Best Actor, Chadwick Boseman. Best Movie, Black Panther.
Okay.
And I'm just going to touch on those, because it's starting to sound like just this long list of people who won. But I think we've got to a place to where we keep hearing the same names all the time. There are a lot of great artists out there, and I don't know how the voting or nomination process goes with BET. But I would like for some other people to win. I think that are really amazing.
But if they don't I shouldn't say deserve, but if they're not winning, doesn't that say something about that particular artist?
It does.
If the same person is winning over and over again, is it saying that the system is rigged, or that whoever the winner is, they're the most popular, they're putting out the best art? Or
no, I completely agree that they are. And like I said, with people like when was Beyonce's last album? Besides the one that
I just know about the one that just came out.
Yeah, besides the one that just came out. So Lemonade was 2016.
Okay. Yeah, it was only 2 years ago. So
yeah, but the BET Awards is yearly. So it's supposed to be for 2017. The BET Awards we just had should have been for 2017.
Oh, so all of everything that came out for 2017, that's what this year's award are for?
That's what I thought, or from the last award. So all the way up to this year.
Okay, because I was going to say, I was like, Black Panther just came out.
So it's all the way up from the last time they had the awards till now. That's what they count for.
Okay.
So it's for a year. So mid-year for a whole year. Okay. Now, like the Oscars, the Academy Awards, and the Grammys, all those are beginning of the year because it goes
calendar
for the prior year.
Okay.
So I guess you could pretty much say that in that time frame, Lemonade didn't come out.
Okay.
So what are we basing Beyonce being the best female artist on?
Maybe album sales or Instagram followers. I honestly have
because
no
remember, she
idea.
went after the pregnancy. She went on hiatus. She left us. I hate to say it like that. I sound like another podcast I've talked. But she left us for a while.
Yeah.
And she came back now because she had a new tour and a new album to go along with that tour. And I know that album wasn't calculated in this because it came out so soon. Okay. Before the BET Awards. Yeah. So they couldn't have calculated that, and they just, and, Beyonce doesn't have a rollout. She just drops the album and is like, take this.
Here you go.
Yeah. So what? How is that calculated?
Yeah.
And there was rumors before about Beyonce saying that she's not performing in certain places unless she wins the award.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she didn't perform I don't believe she performed at the BET Awards either. But there's times where we hear those things.
Yeah, because wasn't there one award show where she just mailed in her thank you instead of like actually being at the award show?
Well, she's on tour. She travels. She had the babies.
I don't think it was because she was on tour. Everybody was making it seem like she was above.
It depends on the award show. If it's the Viewers' Choice Awards, yeah. If it's the Viewers' Choice Awards,
yeah,
absolutely.
I don't remember. Is the Source Awards? Is that still a thing?
I think it is. But if it's the Source Awards, I do the same thing also.
I think that's what it was.
I don't even know the last time I bought a Source magazine. I don't know who's on the cover of Source magazine or when. No. So I would have mailed it in too. But she'll be at the Grammys.
Oh,
she'll
yeah.
She'll be at the she'll be at BT usually. But she's on tour now, so I don't even know if she even made the BT Awards.
Isn't it set up so that when you win certain types of awards, you can then ask for more money?
I don't think Beyonce can.
What you mean?
Beyonce's at a place. It doesn't matter what award she wins at this point. It's not gonna increase her value.
Oh.
When you have that many, I want to find out how many awards
she has.
But when you reach a certain number of awards, your value is not going to increase based on.
So do you think it's because she has won an X amount of awards or because of where she is in pop culture? Because take Leonardo DiCaprio, for example. Like, didn't he just win an Oscar like yesterday? But he was still able to command a large salary.
Right. And because of who he was, and even though he didn't win, a couple of his movies did.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Like Titanic won awards.
Yeah.
Even though Leonardo DiCaprio might not have won an award.
So him being associated with those films.
Right.
Okay.
And him being a sought after actor.
Yeah.
And I'll get on acting and actors and that in a little bit when we start talking about something
movies,
else.
Yeah.
Right, we start talking about movies. But yeah, I think she's won. Because in history, in her Grammy history, she has 62 nominations.
And how many wins does it say?
22.
Oh, wow. And is that just, well, I don't know if it says it, but just her or when she was also part of the group?
Solo and Destiny's Child.
Oh, okay. That's a lot. Wow. Yeah.
She is the second most honored female artist by the Grammys.
Let me guess number one, Mariah Carey.
No, please.
What?
No. Alison Krauss.
Oh, I have no idea who that is. Is she... like a classical artist?
You know what?
Yeah.
Alison Krauss is.
Oh, okay. 22.
Bluegrass musician.
Bluegrass. Okay. Yes. That's not a genre I'm really that familiar with.
I know a little bit about it being from Texas, but I don't know a lot about it. Right.
Okay.
But yeah, so she's won so many awards at this point that 23 is not going to I need 10 more million. No.
Yeah. Okay.
She's Beyonce.
Okay.
Now, maybe if you are SZA, who just won the New Artist Award. Now she has a BET Award. Well, most people don't really care that much about BET Awards, but she has a new BET Award, so she could say, I demand more money now.
Yes.
I demand this, I demand that.
Well, she's in the early stages of her career, so now she can establish herself as official, having now won this award.
And I like strong word, SZA's music.
Oh, okay.
I don't love it.
Yeah.
And I also don't love her dedication to the art. Even on stage, she's like, I understand the message she was putting out. She said that if you want something so bad, you can, and you really believe in yourself, you can make it. She said, because I don't believe in myself, and you see where I am.
Wait, what?
Yes.
She was saying that she didn't put her all into it, but she's successful.
Right.
And so imagine where you could be if you do put your
all into it, if you do believe in yourself.
Okay, that's different.
That message is
that's different.
Kind of weird.
Okay. I could not name one of her songs off the top of my head. The only thing I remember is that one video, because what's her song? It's like, my man is your man. Yeah. So in that video where she's like dancing all around the parking lot, and I think Solange directed that music video, and there's this comedian called Katie Don who did a parody of that video, and it's so funny because she's like she starts off the video with Solange talking to Beyonce like, oh yeah girl, I'm about to start this video, I'm gonna do this video for SZA, and yo, I'm gonna just tear it up, and Beyonce's laughing at it, and then so she has her like dancing in this bathing suit around the parking lot, and I was just dying laughing.
Solange is the weird individual to me anyway.
I like that because she is herself.
Yeah, she's unapologetically herself. Yeah. And I do like that. It's like the same reason I like the Smith kids.
Yeah.
And the Smiths in general. Yeah. All of them. Mm-hmm. That's why I like them. They're unapologetically themselves, no matter where they are, no matter who they're in front of. Yeah. And I adore that.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why I like Solange. Mm-hmm. And I think that with SZA, I can't put my finger on it, but I don't like her. I don't. Her music
I like
is
how
all
you
right.
just shrugged, like, you know what? I'm gonna just say it.
Her music is all right, but I don't like her. I don't. I'm not gonna go buy an album.
Yeah.
I don't even think I have anything on any of my playlists. And you know me and my playlist. I have tons of playlists.
Yeah.
And I have no songs by her.
Yeah.
And I think that if you are capable of being in the best new artist category, are you not capable of being in the best category, the best female R&B, best male R&B?
Oh, okay, I hear what you're saying.
Best male hip hop, best female hip hop. And instead it's getting these same people who have not put out an album, and you have an album, a mixtape, and we've seen you over the last year. Why are they not in those categories?
So are we still specifically talking about SZA? Like, if she's able to be in the new artist category, why is she not in her genres category?
Her, what's his name? Daniel Caesar. People like that. Her, H-E-R, her.
Okay. I was like, what? Oh.
Why are they not in those categories? Because people apparently love their music. They love who they are. They love everything about them. They have flooded them with album sales and streams. But they're all crammed into this best new artist category, and we keep giving these same awards to these people who
we already know.
Right.
Yeah. So does that say something about us as consumers or the people behind the award shows?
It depends on how voting is. It depends on how the voting goes. If the voting is completely done by viewers, then it's on us. If it's done by the award show, it's on them.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
Well, it doesn't seem like anybody is making an uproar about it, like how they did, Oscars So White. So
right. Well, I mean,
if they had a problem with the same 5 people winning year after year, I think somebody would say something. We're in a time now where people are not afraid. I shouldn't say not afraid to be keyboard warriors, but there's so many platforms where if you have an opinion and you want to put it out there, you can put your opinion out there.
Oh, absolutely.
So I haven't seen anybody complain about.
But again, we never do that. We never complain, and we never really put anything out there when it comes to us. We will fight. We will get on the keyboard. We will get on Twitter. We'll get on everything when it's the Oscars, when it's the Grammys, when it's the Academy Awards.
Okay.
But we're like, leave the BET Awards alone because that's ours, and we don't want to cause dissension.
Don't shake it up.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that is a part of it. And of course, the BET Awards are always going to want to stay with what's tied and true, and they're always going to want to put the same people in front of us that they know we like, because if there is no other group for the BET Awards but us. I mean, there's no other group watching it. Now there might be as a large number anyway. So like, there might be a group of Hispanics watching it. There might be a group of white people watching it. Some Asians watching it, things like that. But we are the dynamic. We are that group dynamic that they're worried about. So let's not upset them and put out the people we know they like.
Yeah.
Instead of throwing out these other people, because it's so music and art and movies are so accessible right now.
Yeah.
That we truly could have 100 nominees because everybody has their own personal favorites.
Yes.
And with that, it makes it difficult for a industry or a award show to come up with something that everybody's going to be okay with.
Yeah, that's true, because I don't even watch award shows.
Right.
I really don't. I wait until the next day when the news has written up an article about anything substantial that happened or who won, different things like that, because I'm just like, this is too long. And for what?
And I have my issues with the award shows anyway. Well, with this award show especially. So first thing we find out is that Nipsey Hussle slapped a BET employee because where he wanted to park his car.
Yeah.
And they still let him perform.
Wow.
Not in my house.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If you're not going to slap one of my employees and think you're going to get on stage, no, we don't need you.
Yeah.
We have other artists that we can get up here to perform.
Yeah.
Or if we don't, we got Jamie Foxx. He'll get up there and talk.
He was the host?
Yeah, Jamie Foxx was the host.
Oh, okay.
And we know Kevin Hart's in the audience. We throw him up there. He'll talk for 30 minutes by himself. So we'll cover your performance.
Yeah. And then you said that the police shut down the pre-show.
Yeah, the police showed up in the pre-show and just shut everything down. We don't know why.
So nothing happened. Like there was no fights
they
or...
just jumped on. The last thing we saw was this black police officer wearing shades, jumps in front of the camera, in front of Terrence J, and is like, okay, we're done here.
Like, for real, it wasn't a prank.
Right.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Okay.
It was crazy.
And still nothing has come out about whether...
Not that I've seen. I may have missed something at this point, but not that I've seen.
Wow.
About why. And then we get on the stage and they have all... It was a great show. It was a good show. It was a great show. But it just... And it was just a lot. Oh, back to what we were saying with the filling slots. Mm-hmm. Like, so... Yara Shahidi, I love her. She's from the TV show Blackish, has moved over to her own TV show Grownish. She just went off to college. But she won, and this is only my personal opinion, she won the Young Star Award. She's 18 years old. I believe, she's just 18 years old. I think she just turned 18 this year. But with that, the stars she went up against, Miles Brown and Marsai Martin, which are both on Blackish.
Oh, okay.
On Blackish. They're the two twins.
Okay.
Both 13 years old. Lonnie Chavis, 10 years old. Ashton Tyler, 11 years old. Why is Yara Shahidi going against these child stars in the best young artist category and at the age of 18? Do they just want her to win? Did somebody just say, we need to give her an award, so we're going to drop her in this category where she will win?
But why do you say it like she's not a kid?
Not a child.
She's 18.
But in America, she is grown. In America, she is off on her own. She's not... she can be in the Actress Award. She can be in the Humanitarian Award. She can be in any of those things. Miles Brown, Marsai Martin can't. That's their award. That's the only award they have open for them. So why is she in that award also?
I think she's in it because she's 18. It ends in teen, so she's still young. She's a young...
So there's no other stars between the ages of 13 and 18 that could have been in there also that reached that level? There's other shows, TV stars. I don't
doubt that, but I don't think she should not be in it.
I think the reason why they chose... I don't think she should be in it. I think she should have been in the acting category. The best female actress. Okay. If she's going to be there for that, or she could be in Humanitarian. She wants to be there for that, or just not give her an award. She doesn't need that award because it really. I don't feel that. Aside from Michelle Obama writing her letter, aside from TV shows she's on, I don't feel that she deserves that award over a young child. Like, because they changed it from the Children's Award to the Young Star Award.
Okay, exactly, Young Star.
They changed it this year for her.
Oh.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like they opened a slot to give her this award.
Yeah.
Which I don't like.
Okay, well, maybe they look at it as, here's her opportunity because she's leading in Grownish. Here's her opportunity to get an award. And then maybe when she's 20, she can no longer qualify for this award. And then everybody else that was there, they still have time.
I feel that if she doesn't equal up to being able to get the Best Actress award, she doesn't get an award. Don't create a category. Don't open a slot for you to just give her an award. Let's actually put these children against each other and pit and figure out which one is capable of truly receiving that award. And I feel like they put her 2 stars that are on the show with her on there just to make them be like, oh, okay, I didn't get it, but I understand why she got it.
Exactly.
That's the only reason why they have them, because if you can't put, there's the other little black actors out there were like, nah, she ain't 13. What's that? Ooh, I like the one I like. She was in Ava DuVernay's movie A Wrinkle in Time.
Oh, okay. Kuvonzane Willis.
Yes, I love her. She's not even on this list.
What has she done recently?
A Wrinkle in Time.
Oh. As you're talking, I'm seeing her in Annie.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, Annie came out like 6 years ago.
Right.
What has she done recently?
She was on this, and I believe Ava DuVernay movie was actually nominated for 2 awards on this list.
Oh wow!
So yeah, I mean,
yeah.
So it's crazy to me.
Yeah.
And so let's take out Yara Shahidi and drop her in there.
Or
we had Caleb McLaughlin, Ashton Tyler, Lonnie Chavis, Marseille Martin, and Miles Brown. Yeah. All of them great actors in their own right. Let's use them. Let's use these children and let them be able to win this award. Because with child stars, you might not get another chance.
What you mean? You think they're going to cancel Blackish?
No, they're not going to cancel Blackish, but there won't be the new fresh faces we see anymore. They're going to start getting to a place where we're like, oh, they're just there.
Where you get used to them.
Right. Because Marseille, is it Marseille or Marseille?
I don't know.
Well, I won't say Marseille. Well, Marseille Martin, everybody loves her. Yeah. Everybody loves her character on Blackish. Everybody loves her on Twitter. Everybody loves the way she interacts with people. She's what a lot of people like to call an old soul, I guess, which I don't. I don't call a child an old soul. She's just had great parents who who raised her the right way. Now, she's going to get to a point where I'm like, okay, that's just the little girl on Blackish still. Or when she moves away from Blackish. If Blackish ever ends or they decide to cancel it.
Wait, why would we get tired of her?
Not tired of her, but we're only about
used to her.
We get used to her, and we're going to see a fresh face come out, and we're like, they're amazing. Like let's look at the little black girl on Roseanne. If the show wasn't canceled, we go back to her. She would have been. What if she ended up having a huge role in that show? We would have kind of forgot about these other people. But
there are other artists in other genres, like Beyonce's been out for 20 years now. We're not getting tired of her, and there are.
I'm tired of her winning this award when she hasn't put anything out. She didn't put anything out to win this award, so why is she winning this award?
Yeah.
She's winning this award because she is Beyonce, and I get that. I understand that. Beyonce is probably our top performer right now, and has been that way for years. Nothing against that.
Okay.
I'm not a huge Beyonce fan. Everybody who knows me knows that. Yeah. I have no problem with her. I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah.
I could care less. I'm a huge Jay-Z fan, though. So, but does she deserve to win this award without putting out content? That's my question. And I think that it kind of flows through most of this, that they kind of just threw people in places that they want to see them get an award. Yeah. LeBron James won Sportsman of the Year.
And who do you think should have won that one?
It should have been somebody from the team that won the championship.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. You're right.
Or how about the person who's going to win how about the person who won the Player of the Year? Yeah. Why aren't these people getting it? Yeah. But no, LeBron James, because we know LeBron James and we like LeBron James. He's a humanitarian. He's this. He's that. Greatest basketball player right now in the game. Period. That's who he is. So we're going to give it to him. I think that we're filling these slots with these people for those reasons.
So then can you blame the award show if they're maneuvering to draw in the crowds, to draw in the viewership? Because if people like me are moving away from watching these types of programs and questioning why they're still around, they got to do something to keep people interested.
I can absolutely blame the award show, because I think that I think BET, like MTV, like CMT, all have a responsibility to not only show us music that they know we like, but introduce us to music that we could like. Introduce us to people and things, especially BET. We have one station, maybe 3 at this point. We also got Centric, and we got one. We got
TV One, yeah.
Right. So we have very few places for ourselves. So why aren't we getting these people that are trying to build, trying to grow, and seeing them? So the Best New Artist Award was filled with people who are already mainstream.
Okay, I understand.
And I understand it. I do understand it, because if they're not mainstream, a lot of people won't know about them and they won't really get it. There's no way they could win an award. But I think that they have the responsibility of introducing us to different people, which I don't believe they're doing.
I can get behind that. But why? But to me, it goes back to the money. And if introducing us to new artists is not bringing in the money, then they're going to say it's not worth their time. The money is going to trump their moral responsibility to the community.
Right. I don't think the awards themselves is going to change anything. Now, if we added Yara Shahidi to the Best Actress, if we added Daniel Caesar to Best Male R&B, added her to that list also to the Best Female R&B, I don't think that we would lose viewership. I think we would actually gain more. Because people are tired, like me, of seeing the Migos win every year, of seeing Beyonce win every year, seeing Bruno Mars win this year is actually pretty good, which is different. But we're tired of seeing the same thing, over and over and over. So I think that we are at a place to where we just need to step back and say, do they qualify? Do they qualify in this moment? Not do they qualify, but in this moment,
do they deserve it? I feel you. And then we also have on here that Anita Baker and Deborah Lee, they received the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yes,
so go them. Yay.
Yes, and Deborah Lee has now stepped down as the president of BET. I'm worried about BET at this moment, because she has brought it back from
that phase where it was very raunchy.
Not even raunchy. It was just horrible.
I would call it raunchy, because I remember when they would play those explicit videos after a certain time and just everything on there.
But even at that time, BET was still good.
Okay.
Yeah, because we still had Comic View. We still had we had Video Soul. Even we had The Basement with Big T. Was The Basement wasn't on BET, was it?
I think it was.
Yeah, because Yo MTV Raps was on MTV.
Yeah.
So we had all these shows that we had the old 106 in Park. You know what I mean? So we had shows that were good, but then it just started to slip away. We lost different people in different shows, and they went away. And then we got to a place in BET to where we just didn't want to see what was coming on. Yeah. Then we're bringing it back. We're on the way back up. We're coming back strong. And I think that it's going to take a new president to actually put in the time and effort to see what people want to see. And right now, our phones and social media is what is guiding us. Yes. So why aren't we giving like King Batch a show? Yeah. Where he has 15.5 million followers on Instagram. Why aren't we giving people like that on social media who have a big following a show that people will tune into? Yes. And merge the two, because social media, it's here, and I highly doubt it's going away. Right. So merge the two. Yeah, we're losing them fast, because we see IG or Instagram just created IGTV. Yeah. Now they're going to sign people. Yeah. Kev on Stage has a show on there now. Oh, wow. That's the channel I was showing you earlier. Oh, okay. He has a channel on there which people are tuning into. Yeah. So all these stars that are out here that are building their brands on social media, we're going to get to a point to where we're not going to have them available for TV. Yeah. And I don't want that to happen. So you are okay with the television industry still trying to maintain their relevance? Yes. Oh, wow. But not in the only platform of TV, because you can't stay there. You have to be a multi-platform company. Yeah. Now, BET created a social media platform-based app for us, for people who are only on social media, for them to have a place to go. What if they created a new artist page? What if they created a Spotify type page where we just have people that would be on BET, like BET new artists, to where we can hear playlists curated by different people. That's a really good idea. But we don't have those. Goodness. We don't have. But that's what BET needs to do. We can't just keep it on TV, because right now in the new house we just moved into, we don't have cable, therefore we don't have internet, therefore we don't have TV. Yeah. But I have my phone. And I can log in to anything. And I'm not going to BET.com to watch old episodes of what's that football TV show that was out?
The Game.
The Game. I'm not watching that now. So I think that we, BET's new president and new or board of directors or whoever's in part of it needs to look into things like that. Yeah,
look into that. Yeah. And I'm glad Anita Baker won. I love her so much. And her song, Sweet Love, is just, oh my goodness, that has a special place in my heart. I actually danced to that song at my wedding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I need to go see her before she stops performing. Yeah.
Need to go see people. That's a good segue.
Okay.
Because Nobody's Fool. The new Tyler Perry movie is about to come out soon.
That I'm excited about. At least one of us is. Tyler
Perry's movie starring Tika Sumpter, which you might know from Ride Along 1 and 2 and soon to be 3. Southside with You, the movie about President Obama, Michelle Obama, and The Haves and Have-Nots. Yes. That's where she's most notable for, The Haves and Have-Nots. Also starring Tiffany Haddish.
Which you know from everywhere.
Yeah. She became real famous with Girls Trip with Regina Hall, Queen Latifah, and Jada Pinkett Smith. I'm not breaking my neck to go see this movie.
I am.
One, I'm not a Tyler Perry fan. And I'm starting to lose my admiration for Tiffany Haddish at this point.
Wow.
Not because she isn't a great actress. Not because she isn't a great actress or because I don't like her personality, because I do. I think I'm suffering from an ailment that I like to call heart exhaustion. I first experienced heart exhaustion.
As in Kevin Hart.
In 2016, when Kevin Hart, the character in which the sickness is named, you started seeing him on every TV show, radio show, every social media platform he did that. And Tiffany Haddish is beginning to do the same. I don't understand why black actors and actresses always seem to flood, the industry seems to flood the African-American public with African-American artists as they do.
Wait, what?
They do. Think about it. Because Kevin Hart is right now in about 3 to 4 movies a year. Look at when Denzel was at his height. When Halle Berry was at her height. Sidney Poitier was at his height. You will only see them in 1 to 2 movies a year. But now we're seeing so much of them. We're getting tired of these people.
I don't think so. I think that they're taking advantage of their popularity because they know that they're not always going to be the frontliners. They know that.
Denzel has lasted for so many years because we never got tired of him. We didn't see him everywhere.
Okay.
And I think the fact that we're seeing these actors everywhere in every movie, even movies where we think, somebody else could have done that role and even done better.
Okay.
Because I think with things like, I think that we are just getting inundated with these same people over and over and over. That's why, are you tired of Kevin Hart?
Yes.
Then do you do not see the same pattern going with Tiffany Haddish?
Maybe. But
she's hosting so many shows. She's on new TV shows. She's on new movies. She has 9 projects coming out in the next 2 years. 9 projects.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe I'm in denial. I don't know. But I'm going to go see Nobody's Fool because I think it looks really funny.
Yeah, I understand it.
I am with you on I'm not really a big Tyler Perry fan, but... And the thing is, I saw the trailer for Nobody's Fool, and it wasn't until the end when the credits rolled up and said it was a Tyler Perry film that I was like, what?
Oh, I could tell it was a Tyler Perry film from the first.
No, you couldn't.
Yes, you could.
No, you couldn't.
Oh, come on. It has the whole makeup of Tyler Perry. Tika Sumpter's whole character is a Tyler Perry movie in general.
That I will give you that. Her character.
She's this amazing. She's amazing at her job. She's winning in life. But for some reason, she gets catfish.
Yeah.
How do you get catfish in 2018?
Yeah.
It's impossible to be catfish in 2018. I'm sorry.
Tell that to MTV because that show is still going. That show has changed.
Oh, it has?
Yes,
that show has changed. Now it's him and his girlfriend just talking about different things. and going through different things.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that show is over. They realized you cannot be catfish. That's what was one of the largest issues about that show. That you cannot be catfish in 2018.
Yeah.
If you were able to be catfish in 2018, you do not need to be with anybody.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you don't deserve internet.
Well, that too.
Well, maybe people have never heard of Google reverse images. Like they don't. Maybe
they
don't
know. Even the reverse image. Even the fact that you've never seen this person. You've. Some people, they haven't even spoken to them. Yeah. I'm sorry. If I hear your voice, I can tell a lot about you. There's not a lot I can't tell about from a voice. You can tell me that when you pick up a phone, you know if somebody's white or black. Yeah. You know if somebody's a male or female. Yeah. You know not general.
Not all the time, though.
Well, okay. You got but even those times, you're like, especially here in Germany. Yeah. But things like that, but you can tell those things. Yeah. So if you are catfished in 2018. Yeah. Nah. And then the story is so crazy. Why can't she just have a crazy sister? Why does she have to just be getting out of jail?
Because that adds to the craziness. Like how else would she be crazy? She just has a quirky personality.
My little sister is crazy. Tiffany is crazy, but she's never been to jail. Yeah. She's crazy though. And I know that Tiffany would be in the same type of person that I saw in the trailer if it came down to it. Yeah. But the jail aspect, that is another reason why it's a Tyler Perry movie.
No, because Tiffany Haddish is doing that show with Tracy Morgan, and where he just gets out of jail. I think it's called The Last OG. Mm-hmm. And so it's not a Tyler Perry trope. It is
when you put it with the other character. Oh. When you put those two characters together, she's successful. She's doing everything right. She did everything perfect. Yeah. And then you got another sister who just got out of jail. Yeah. That's Tyler Perry. Yeah. That you can see all that on a play stage. Yeah. Period. And he's a great playwright. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Stay there. Yeah. I do not want to see now or his soap opera. The Has and Have Nots.
It was so dry. Oh,
me too. But there's people who love it. Yeah. And it's a soap opera. I didn't really like soap operas. I grew up watching General Hospital. No, The Young and the All My Children. That's what it was. I ended up watching All My Children with my mom. Mm-hmm. After school, before she went back to work, we sat on the floor and she watched All My Children. Yeah. That's what I remember. That's the only one I remember. Mm-hmm. And she loved them. Yeah. There's people who love the Have and Have Nots. It wouldn't have gone on as long as it has.
Exactly.
But there's people who love that and let it stay there. Mm-hmm. Let him stay there and on stage. Don't make movies.
But he's making movies and he's bringing in money.
He's bringing in some money.
He's bringing in money.
No, he's bringing in some money with movies. He's nowhere near where he could be. He's bringing in some movies.
Okay, what you mean where he could be if...
Had he been a different writer. Had he been a different person.
Oh my goodness!
Because his movies are never going to be nominated for anything.
You don't know that.
Oh, he better get better.
You don't know.
He better get better. Now he's a great introducer of people. Mm-hmm. He brings so many new people to the forefront.
Exactly. Yeah, let's get behind him on that.
No, I am. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm never saying that Tyler Perry doesn't have a worth. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't need to be in
movies,
motion pictures. It doesn't need to be in the big blockbuster motion pictures. Okay. Let's give him his own channel on Netflix. Mm-hmm. Perfect for him.
Why? Why Netflix?
Because he's a great writer. He cranks out so many different scripts. Mm-hmm. And I think that if they gave him the budget and the locations and everything to create, I think that he would create for the people who do love his movies. Mm-hmm. And with that type of budget he would have for that, I think he would create amazing works for them. Okay. But him taking $50 to $75 million and trying to create this huge blockbuster that only makes $90 million, mm-hmm. it's not worth it.
Yeah, the profit margin is not there.
It's not worth it. Mm-hmm. And then we get to this place where you're like, most people are like me, I don't like Tyler Perry movies. Because his last one I didn't even watch.
Acrimony?
Yeah.
I had to go see that.
Yeah.
Somebody made me.
Yeah. And there's people who love Tyler Perry. Yeah. And I have a friend, and I since we're in the place we are now, we don't have internet. I went to go check out some movies, see who I wanted to borrow some movies, and they were all Tyler Perry. And I love him. I love him to death. But I do not like Tyler Perry movies.
And that same friend is the one who made me go see Acrimony. But here's the thing. Here's why I didn't hate Acrimony. Because the videography in that movie, it was better than Tyler Perry has ever done before. Okay, but it really was. That's
not him.
It was really good.
That's not his role in that. He was the writer and he was the director. All that is the person who's over the filming. Is the person who's over photography. The person who's over those things.
But I thought the director was in charge of that.
With the producers, with the directors of all these other parts come together to create this piece of art.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So if he has great people around him, he's going to create something decent. But again, with that movie, I also heard that the plot made no sense.
It wasn't that it made no sense. It was just weak.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just weak. That's all. Yeah.
And again, it would have been perfect for a play or a series. Like a television, not like a whole
like
TV
a miniseries.
Like a miniseries, yes.
Yeah.
I
could see it as a miniseries.
Right.
I love miniseries.
That's what I'm saying. I think he would be perfect for that. Give him a Netflix channel. Tyler Perry movies. Like they're about to do with
from ABC?
Yes. What's her name?
Shonda Rhimes.
Like with Shonda Rhimes. Like they're about to do these. She just moved over to Netflix, signed an into Netflix deal. Yeah. And we're going to see amazing things from her. Yeah. And because her TV shows have been amazing. Every show that she has put out, I have enjoyed. Have not, except for, even How to Get Away with Murder. The only reason I couldn't continue to watch How to Get Away with Murder because it was just so dark all the time. And I like to watch shows back to back to back. Yeah. And shows that are that dark, it gets you into a place where you just don't like them because they're so dark. But even how dark Grey's Anatomy is, there was these amazing high points in it that just kind of floated you along all those things
to keep you going.
Right.
Yeah.
And even the tragedy in that show had a little bit of humor in it.
Like the way it happened?
Right. The way it happened or the way people responded to it. And I think that worked because they were in a hospital. So a lot of doctors have this weird, sick sense of humor because they're always around those things. So, and I think with that coming through the screen kind of helped us move past this person passing away or this person being hit by a bus or things like that. Or this person leaving the show. Yeah. So I think that give Tyler Perry his own channel. Yeah. But back to Nobody's Fool, Whoopi Goldberg is in it, and I'm glad to see her coming back to the silver screen.
I just don't like what they did with her character. She just looks like a mess. I don't know if they did that purposefully, like she's supposed to look like that messy mom that you need to rein her in. I don't know. It just
you got to think about it because her daughters are Tika Sumpter, and Tiffany Haddish in this movie. Yeah. So she has to be a little bit of each of them. Okay. There has to be a reason. So
that there's a link between the two sisters.
And Tika Sumpter, because you saw the house that she goes to, that Tiffany Haddish goes to see Whoopi Goldberg in the preview. And you see this is normal house and everything. Yeah. But she's not doing amazing. So she has a little bit of each of them in her. And I think that the Tiffany Haddish character is most like her. Yeah. You saw with the exchange they had. Yeah. So, and Tika Sumpter would just happen to be the black sheep, which ended up being successful. Yeah. That goes out and does something different. But even though she does that, she's not gullible like the other ones are. So you lose something. You great at something, you're going to lose something else. So, and I think that is why I like Whoopi Goldberg. I like Whoopi Goldberg anyway. Yeah, because she, again, is unapologetically herself.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what. Yeah. No matter what role she's in. No matter what she's doing, she's Whoopi Goldberg in that role.
That's true. I will give you that. Like her on that.
But so, I will not be going... I may see it when it comes to video. And it's going to be...
You may see it when it comes to video.
And it's going to be a late Netflix night where I ain't got anything else to watch. And it just happens to say, hey, since you watch this, you might like this. Yeah. And then I'm probably going to pass it about 3 or 4 times. It's going to get on my nerves because it keeps popping up. Then I'm going to finally watch it. Yeah. It will not be on my list. Yeah. It will not be... It'll be the only Tyler Perry show that I watch on there because I don't like anything else Tyler Perry.
Well, what if he takes your idea about inking a deal with Netflix and having a bunch of miniseries? So it's not going to be the
It's not for me. I won't watch them.
So why were you pushing for it?
Because there is a demographic for that. Yeah. There's people who love Tyler Perry that would love that. Yeah. Who want to see so much Tyler Perry that they get these little withdrawal syndromes when it goes to the point to where he has a movie this year, then a movie next year.
Yeah.
And then, what if that movie's not good? Then you gotta wait 2 years to see something good from Tyler Perry, or what they call good, not what I call good. But in that, so now you get to go to a channel. He gets to put something new out monthly.
Yeah.
That's for them.
Yeah.
That's for my friend down the street. That's for him. That's not for me. It's not. And so I wouldn't be watching it.
Okay, so then let's talk about some movies that you do like, that you would go see, or maybe go see when they come out.
We do have some new movies coming out. I will be going to see The Equalizer 2 when it comes out.
Why?
Denzel Washington's in it. I like the first one. He is settling into his older self.
His mature.
Yeah. And we've seen Denzel grow up on film.
Yeah.
Like, from Glory to all the way up until now, Fences.
Yeah.
We've seen him grow on film, and my dad's favorite actor. And I think that this role is perfect for him because he's an assassin, a government-trained assassin, but he's not Jason Bourne, you know? He does everything he does, but he does it as an older man.
Okay.
And it's a great look at it.
Okay.
And I think it's hard for Denzel to do poorly in a movie.
I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of Fences. I didn't like the translation from play to the silver screen. I was not. And I didn't know that it was a play. And as I was watching the movie, I was like, this would be so much better as a play.
Did you see it? You didn't see the play?
I didn't see the play. I only saw the movie. And then when I left the theater and looked it up and was like, ew, okay, it was originally a play.
Right.
Then it made sense. I did not think it translated well.
I think it did. I think the reason why it didn't seem like it translated well because there wasn't anybody else on screen but him. And that is very hard to do. On the play, it's hard to do, but you can kind of expect it. You know, you can see those things happen. So when it came to making a movie, if you hadn't seen the play, I can understand. But to me personally, I liked it as a movie and as a play.
Okay, all right. I think you're just a little biased. That's just my opinion.
No, because I didn't like Roman J. Israel. I think the movie, I think Denzel Washington played a good role in it, but I think the movie was horrible.
Oh, okay.
So, and Roman J. Israel Esquire, that's what it was.
Oh, okay.
And I think the movie was horrible.
Yeah.
But
was that with Chadwick Boseman?
No.
Oh.
This where he was a lawyer, and it's a long story.
Oh, okay.
I'll try to get you the movie.
Okay.
But I think that it's just, I got to have a good movie, I have to have good actors, and I have to have a good plot.
Okay.
All those things have to come together for me. And if they don't come, and good writing. If those things don't come together for me, then I won't enjoy the movie.
Okay.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's another movie coming out soon. It's another Marvel movie starring Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly. It is going to kind of progress the story of what happened after Black Panther, after Infinity War, because Ant-Man and the Wasp weren't in Infinity War. So apparently, I think this goes on at the exact same time, which will also lead us into Captain Marvel, which will lead us into the other half of Infinity War.
Okay, so somebody who has only seen, like one or two of these Marvel films, do you think I'll be lost if I go see this movie straight out? No,
I think the cool thing about Marvel that DC has never picked up on is that every movie you see can be compartmentalized in itself.
Okay.
And they work well together, but you can use them all separately as well.
Okay.
It's like Captain Planet. You can be Hart and go fight some evil, but when you need it all together, you put Captain Planet in it.
Captain Planet, he's a hero, gonna take you down to
So Uncle Drew is coming out. They made the Pepsi shorts with Kyrie Irving, where he puts on the old mask and the gray hair and gets on the basketball court with young people. And they took the Pepsi commercial and they're making it a movie. Yeah. Starring Kyrie Irving, Lil Rel, again, Tiffany Haddish is in it.
Stop hating.
I'm not hating. I'm saying she just keeps showing up.
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal, Nate Robinson, Chris Webber, all these different stars are going to be in it. And making it a movie is bold.
Yes, but I'm going to go see it.
Oh, I'll go see it.
Yeah.
And again, Lil Rel is in it, which is he's a great actor.
Yeah.
And I hope that they don't start to give us heart exhaustion with him.
Yeah.
And they have the possibility. And I'm not saying that these actors shouldn't work, because it kind of sounds like I'm saying that.
Yeah, it is. It does sound like that.
But I think that they should work. I don't want them to be oversaturated where you do a lot of work in 4 years and then we don't hear from you more. When the last time you heard of Jay Farrell?
He has that show with Jamie Foxx called Almost White or White
Almost
Famous.
White Famous.
Yeah.
Is that still going on?
Oh, I don't know. I
That's
never watched it.
Yeah. And I'm not I'm not positive if it's still going on.
Yeah.
But it is. It's still going on. It started in 2017 and they don't have an end date for it yet.
Okay. You see? Look, Jay Farrell.
They gave it 5.8 out of 10. Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's a big, and popularity has been going down. Yes. So
I'm gonna see Uncle Drew. I think it looks funny and it's cute and lighthearted. I like lighthearted stuff.
Oh yeah, I love lighthearted stuff. Sometimes like even with a movie like that, you just get to step away from it. But if there's some good writing in it also, even if it's just the hokey like Disney writing, that kind of moves, like what was it? Michael Jordan.
Space Jam?
Space Jam.
Yeah.
It was hokey.
Yeah.
It was goofy. And it kind of cemented Michael in a different way. And it's going to cement Kyrie Irving in a different way.
Yeah.
Because his team almost won a championship without him and he moved to the team. But I'm not going to get into that.
We're not getting into that.
But I think that he has the possibility. Like I said, I don't want Lil Rel to lose who he is. Yeah. And because we like him right now. And we haven't seen him truly as a leading in anything. But he's going to essentially kind of lead the acting side of this.
It does seem like that way from the trailer that I have seen.
Well, he has no other way because Kyrie Irving's not an actor.
Yeah.
And all these other people aren't actors.
Shaquille O'Neal is an actor.
Shaquille O'Neal is Shaquille O'Neal.
He's an actor.
He's Shaquille O'Neal. He's not an actor.
He's an actor.
No, what role could he play?
He could play somebody's uncle.
He could play Shaquille O'Neal.
He could play somebody's uncle.
He could play Shaquille O'Neal.
He could play somebody's coach. You can't see him as somebody's coach.
As Shaquille O'Neal, yes. He's not going to be some he's 7'1", 380 pounds. He's not playing anybody but Shaquille O'Neal. I'm sorry. I can't watch a movie and say, oh, that's Doc Jameson. No, it's not. That's Shaquille O'Neal playing somebody's uncle. That's what it is. Like I want to lose the character in who they are.
Yeah. It's funny. As you were saying that, it made me think about Laurence Fishburne. Because the first movie I saw him in was What's Love Got to Do with It? And so every time I saw him after that, like that's just all I saw.
That's the first movie you saw him in?
That's the first movie I saw Laurence Fishburne in. And it just cemented him as this abusive, mean, scary man. And so even when I saw him in The Matrix, I was just like, nope, I don't like you. Nope. You're mean. You're scary. I don't like you. Nope.
That is crazy to me that's the first movie you saw him in.
That was the first movie. I remember because my sister, she was away at college and we went up to go visit her. And I think like she went to the cafeteria to get something to eat or something. And I was watching it because you should not watch that movie when you're like 8 or 9. You should not.
So you never saw Boys in the Hood?
No.
What? That is insane to me.
Yeah, like this School Days. I saw part of it. Does that have what's the girl from Martin in it?
School Days, Martin. Yeah.
And don't they have this scene where the girls are arguing against each other because they have a colorist issue?
I don't
in the barber shop. They're in like
they do.
Yeah.
He was in that movie. He was the lead in that movie.
Oh, okay.
So it's like Laurence Fishburne.
Well, so I have seen it, but it wasn't the first. So you're looking at like when the movies came out. But What's Love Got to Do It is the first movie that I saw him in. So I saw those other movies afterwards.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I can get that.
No, I haven't seen Boys in the Hood, and no, I do not have my black card anymore. So that's
because like, again, that depends on age. Like I said, like we said in a previous episode.
Yeah.
If you weren't watching those movies when they came out, I can't expect you to have seen them. Mm-hmm. Except 5 Heartbeats. Everybody should have seen 5 Heartbeats. I don't care where you were. You haven't seen 5 Heartbeats? Oh my God. That is a staple of black community.
Listen, I just told you I don't have my card anymore. We can talk about this off air, but listen, yeah.
Okay, so then there's the Whitney Houston documentary coming out as well.
And so that one I don't understand, because that movie with Yaya DaCosta came out. It wasn't that good, but
this is a documentary about her life, though. That movie,
yeah.
That movie was some writer wanted to put something together and put it out, and did it even hit the mainstream, or was it like a made for TV?
I think it was a made for TV type of movie.
Then it's not.
But Netflix does have a documentary about Whitney Houston on it, because that was when I learned a lot of stuff about her. Like, I went this whole time thinking that it was when she got with Bobby that her drug problem started.
No, she introduced Bobby to it. And what I've learned, she introduced Bobby to the drugs.
Yeah. Like, his thing was alcohol, and her thing was drugs, and then, you know, they were just a toxic.
Because the world has put a face on who she was to us.
Yes, and they did a good job.
They did a real good job.
They did a good job, because she's from Newark or Camden. I can't remember. Yeah, she's from one of the hoods in Jersey, and I could talk because I'm from Brooklyn, and the pre-gentrification Brooklyn. And they wanted to present her as this, you know, America's sweetheart, and that's how I knew her. Like, I didn't know her brothers introduced her to. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And listen, right now, I had a conversation with a friend of mine. We were talking about different stars and different things out right now, and I said, they would have not made it in the world of social media.
Correct.
Michael Jackson would not have made it in the world of social media. Whitney Houston would not. It's just so all these stars that love their privacy and love, because right now you can't find a star that's out right now, a musical star that's out right now, who isn't constantly in your face.
In terms of how much information they share with you?
Even if they don't share a lot of information, they're constantly in front of you.
Okay, because I was going to use Beyonce as an example, where she's not posting like every week like some other artists are.
But she doesn't have to, because people post on her behalf all the time. You can probably look up right now and find a new Beyonce blog or a new Beyonce image or a new Beyonce something right now.
Okay.
You can find a new Drake. You can find a new, all these people, SZA even, all these new people are out. You can find something they're putting out right now that's always in your face.
So
look at LMA, even LMA now.
So you're saying that's because of the social media age that we're in right now?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Because if it was just TV like it was before TV and radio, they wouldn't need to do that.
Yeah.
You hear their song on the radio when it played, and then you see their video when it came on.
Yeah.
Now we see the song here's the song when it plays. We see the video when it comes on. We follow them on Instagram. We see everything they type on Twitter. We have alerts every time they're on YouTube.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for those things, they wouldn't have made it. And since you have to be so, in a way, open to the world like it is, any mistake you make or any infraction you have is open to the world. Michael Jackson wouldn't have made it. People and people who argue that point to me are crazy, because the second that Michael Jackson started changing his skin tone, Black Twitter would have canceled him.
Yeah.
It would have been over. The first time that Michael Jackson would have been accused of something, they would have canceled him. Yeah. It's just how it is.
So you there was a small portion that I wanted to highlight where you said you have to be in the media. You have to show up.
Right.
Is that how you really feel? Like, if you're going to be an artist today, or if you're going to be famous, if you're going to be in the spotlight, you feel like your personal life has to be on display?
To hit to be at the top? Yes.
I don't know if I want to agree with that. And the reason I say that is because, going back to our very beginning conversation about pushing through with our other venues and avenues, I want to start a channel where I'm recording my journey into commercial real estate, and I'm sharing what I'm doing and go through that. And so if I make it to a point where I have 1 million subscribers, they don't have to know what I had for dinner on Friday.
They're going to want to. That's the thing. And then if that becomes, because even like you said, with 1 million subscribers, that's not the top. Cause look at the twins. What are the two twins?
Chloe and
no,
Haley.
The guys, the Property Brothers. Property Brothers.
Oh yeah.
Look at the Property Brothers. Mm-hmm. So they had at their height, they had almost 4 shows on HGTV, and on top of that, they had their social media. They had all these different things. If we didn't, and we even when he one of them first brought his fiance on, we had to find out who she was. There people are asking who she is and things like that. Once you reach a certain place, you don't have that luxury of privacy.
I don't like that. That's scary.
That's what I'm saying. You have to, but you can set what you give out,
and
your limits. But at the same time, they'll never be enough. Like to advance to a certain level, it's not enough. Then you want to get to a certain level where you're comfortable. Fine, be there.
Yeah,
you're not going to be Drake. You're not going to be Beyonce. You're not going to be these top stars unless you open that door. And Beyonce wouldn't be Beyonce right now had she not opened that door.
But the thing is, she hasn't given an interview in what, like 10 years? And they always present her as this person that's really secretive until she's ready to give you what she wants to give you. And then they'll only give it to you when something is about to come out.
Because she can do that now.
Okay.
It took years to get that
to build up to that point. Okay.
It took years to get. That's why Jay-Z can do that now. Jay-Z only goes on, has had 3 interviews in the last 5 years because he's built to that place. Okay. And he can do that. But until you can get there, you have to Kim Kardashian it.
Oh no, I don't like that example. No, thank you. No offense to Kim, but I don't want to go that route. In terms of exposure, I'm assuming that's what you meant, right?
Well, we got to look at her exposure now.
Yeah.
Right now, her exposure is what she wants it to be.
Oh.
Her whole personal life isn't on display. The only reason it is, the things that are on display for her, is because other people put them on display for her. So what happened in Paris when she was robbed, that was on display. She didn't put that out. When and everything she's doing now is what she wants to let out. She like they don't film her show in her home. Yeah. The first time we saw a picture of their home was when Kanye put it out. Yeah. So it's like there's these limits. Okay. Now, so when you get to a certain place, you can have those limits.
You got to get to overexposure before you could come back.
And not necessarily but if you want to be at the top, because right now Issa Rae wouldn't be Issa Rae without her personality on Instagram and Twitter. Oh, okay. She wouldn't be. Okay. And we don't know everything about her. We don't have to. But we do know a lot about her. We get to see where she goes, what she does, how she interacts with people. We get to see her opinions when she sits down and just talks to people. Yeah. Without those things, you can't make it. Right now in the world of social media.
You're going to make me rethink some things because I value my privacy. I really do.
And you can value your privacy. If you have a certain fan base you want to gear towards, it's fine. Yeah. And real estate is essentially that fan base because they don't care. Yeah. They want to see how you, unless you're looking at somebody like Chrisley. What's his name?
Oh, from Chrisley Knows Best? Yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah, look at him because he great real estate agent. As how some of the greatest people in the world also has buildings and all these things. And he opened his doors to Chrisley Knows Best in his TV show, which was an amazing show. It's funny. He's open like that. Yeah. And with that, it worked for him. But you also have these other people out there who may document what they do, go along with what they go, but they don't have to show everything. Yeah. But they'll never be Chrisley. Okay. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? You can go down any of these avenues, but if you were going for these top spots, you wouldn't bet it can't make it. Like Michael would not be Michael in the world of social media. Yeah. He loved his privacy. Yeah. Even without scandal and without all that, he loved his privacy. Yeah. And had he not always started off being open with everybody, it wouldn't have happened. Yeah. It just wouldn't happen.
Something to think about, man. Something to think about.
So, also, what else we got here?
Oh, that spinoff clip. Or it wasn't the spinoff clip that you wanted.
Okay, yeah. So, Roseanne Barr. Yeah. Oh, my God. Okay, so Roseanne Barr, television mother and actress who played the lead role in her self-titled television show for 9 years, has been booted in 2018. Oh, it was rebooted in 2018 by ABC to bring a new look of the current sitcom landscape. A beacon of hope and freedom for a class of people who felt liberal backdrop of Hollywood needed an awakening. And this show would be the inspiration for those MAGA hat wearing, Budweiser drinking, Marlboro Red cigarette smoking Americans. The show was canceled after a few weeks, being on air after Roseanne Barr posted a now deleted tweet on Twitter comparing former Obama administration senior advisor to an ape, Valerie Jarrett. Well, as you might have guessed, ABC was quick in the cancellation of the show, citing the tweet was not a representation of their network that also houses shows Blackish and Fresh Off the Boat. Well, Roseanne went on air with celebrity rabbi Shmuley Boteach, I want to say his name is, giving an emotional, teary-eyed interview, and here is a part of it for you.
I have black children in my family. I can't let them say these things about me after 30 years of my putting my family and my health and my livelihood at risk to stand up for people. I'm a lot of things. I'm a loudmouth and all that stuff, but I'm not stupid, for God's sake, and I never would have wittingly called any black person say they are a monkey. I never would do that, and I didn't do that. And if people think that I did that, it just kills me. I didn't do that, although they think it did, and if they do think that, I am so sorry that I, was so unclear and stupid. I'm very sorry, but I don't think that. I never would do that. I have loved ones who are African American. I just can't stand it. I just can't stand it. I made a huge error.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Keep in mind, this is the same woman who did a photo shoot wearing a Hitler costume, cooking Jewish cookies and burning them in the oven, and a trove of racist tweets and comments where she loves to compare black people to apes. Well, her show is still canceled, and I do not see her working in liberal Hollywood in the near future. Nevertheless, ABC has decided to create a spin-off show called The Conners, essentially starring Sarah Gilbert, which was the daughter, as the new lead. My question is, what is going to be the story of why Roseanne is no longer part of this family? Did she die of a heart attack, a stroke, a car accident? Personally, I think the network should take some liberty with the character and create a story for the racist mother figure. I think they could say she have run off with a black man and who used to be her husband's boss, who fired him from the factory. They moved to Atlanta, where he decided to leave her for the love of his life, leaving her homeless and lost in a city full of black people, a city full of those apes, as she likes to call it. And she is forced to sleep outside of a Waffle House on Peachtree, as prominent black people walk past her on a daily basis until one day she keels over and dies of anger, heartbreak, and hunger. These are just my personal thoughts, and it might help me watch the first episode of a show that I will not be continuing. Farewell, Roseanne, and I hope you never get a chance to be on television or in movies again.
I feel like we need outro music after you said that. Like, after you read that,
it's
like,
Roseanne,
I feel like,
though. It's just I don't.
Well, one, I would like to say I'm happy that there is a spinoff show, because I know a lot of people were upset that her fellow actor or colleagues, that they had to suffer and be out of work because of her misstep, or whatever you want to call it, for her racist tweet.
The actors, I have no sympathy for.
What?
No, I don't, because they know who Roseanne is. They know who the person was. They've seen the racist tweets. They've seen the anti-Semitic things that she put out. Mm-hmm. They know these things, mm-hmm. and they decided to work on this show with her. Mm-hmm. Period. That's on them. Now the grips, the cameramen, mm-hmm. the audio people. I care for those people because that's a job for them. They were hired on to do a job. And didn't know what the job was, what show they were going to be on. We need a grip. We need 10 grips. Come out here and be a grip. Mm-hmm. Boom. Hey, you're going to be on this show. Okay, I got to do this. I don't really like it, but I got to do this show.
Okay, so why can't the actors have that same attitude?
Because they knew who they were working with. They didn't approach them like, we want you on a new TV show. We're not going to tell you what it is until you get there. No, they're like, we're bringing back Roseanne. Roseanne Barr. The woman who has been a prominent figure in racism over the last 10 years. We're going to bring her and put her on this show, and we want you to act next to her. No, I don't have sympathy for you because you know who she was.
Okay. I have sympathy for them because I know that everybody has kitchen table talk. Everybody has kitchen table talk. You just have some people that leave it at the kitchen table, and you have some people that want to blast it on social media. And so if she took it upon herself to blast it on social media, whereas they have the common decency to keep it at the kitchen table, why should they suffer for what she did?
Because they knew that she would do it.
They didn't know she would do it.
They know she's done it in the past. You've done it in the past. You're more likely going to do it in the future. Especially when you had no remorse for doing it in the past. If you had no remorse and you called it a joke in the past, you're going to call it a joke in the future.
Okay. I think people can change. I don't know if she will.
It's the fox and the frog.
The fox and the
frog? You never heard the story about the fox and the frog? The frog needs to get across the river. So what he does, the fox can swim. He gets on the fox's back. He starts off on his back. The fox swims. It gets a little deeper. So he has to move closer to the head. He gets on the shoulders now. Keeps going over. He knew who the fox was before he got on his back.
Yeah.
He gets to the end. So now it's the water so deep that he's on the top of the fox's nose.
Yeah.
Right before he gets to the end of the river, the fox eats him. He knew who the fox was when he decided to cross that river with him.
Oh, no.
So they knew who
Poor
she
Froggy.
was.
Poor Froggy.
Now, like I said, the grips, the people who are working on the show on the side, the people who don't have credits on the beginning of IMDb, they're way at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I care for those people. I feel for those people. I don't feel for the lead characters. I don't feel for Sarah Gilbert. I don't feel for any of those characters because they knew who she was.
They knew.
Yeah.
You just know they knew.
Especially, they knew they knew what the show was after they read the first script. Period.
Okay, because of the content that was in it. Okay.
So yeah. No sympathy.
Okay, so you were reading that maybe her character will run off and she'll be in a series of unfortunate events.
That's what I want to see.
What if they do her like they did the mom on Family Matters or the mom on Fresh Prince, where they just replace her and have us pretend like we don't know that they replaced her.
The mom on Family Matters?
In the last season, they replaced her.
I never saw it. I guess I didn't see the last season.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about that. They can't do that now.
Why not?
You could do it. You could do it in 98. You could do it in 99. It's not possible in 2018.
Because
we have questions. And people will not watch the show because they didn't resolve that question.
Yeah.
So there's no possible way that they could do that. They have to have a story for it.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why people are tuning in, to find out what that story is. And they're not going to tell us what the story is until that episode.
Yeah. Okay. So they're going to do like the father from Good Times, and he going to have a heart attack. She going to have a heart attack.
I guess. But and like I said, we're never going, we will, and the first episode of that show is going to be the most highly viewed episode of that show ever.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
They're going to do that. We're going to find out what happened to her. If it's stupid, majority of the people are never going to come back to it. Now, if it's something that it can appease the
main audience, like
the liberal Republican.
Yeah.
If it can appease the liberal Republican, make them feel better about the situation.
Yeah.
They'll start watching it again. I say liberal Republican. The Republicans, not even say Republicans, because that I get tired of people saying Democrat and Republican as a sect of people. So
conservative versus liberal.
I don't even want to say conservative, because even conservatives and liberals, even that situation is weird.
Okay.
Now I want to say the people who follow that show.
Okay.
Period. The people who adamantly
diehards
follow that show and follow what that show represents.
Yeah.
They're going to watch it.
Yeah.
People who just happen to be on ABC see it. They just happen to keep going through it. There has to be something that keeps them on that. If not, they're going to flip over and watch a new singing competition, The Four, or whatever it might be on.
Or Riverdale on CW.
Something.
Yeah.
And that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But they have to come up with a story.
It's funny because I'm probably going to watch that episode just so I can see what the turnout is, even though I'm not interested in that show.
Same way the reason why I watched the first episode of Roseanne.
Oh, okay.
And that's the only reason, to see what this show was going to be.
About,
They brought this racist woman
back
on TV again.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
And it didn't disappoint. Mm-hmm. Even the first episode of the show, it did not disappoint.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So it's a weird situation, and I really, I'm not following it as a lot of people are. Her show was canceled. She did her interview. Mm-hmm. We won't see her for a while.
You think?
Not on TV, not in movies.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, she's not going to be in front of us like in that way.
Right.
Okay.
We'll see her. We might see her on a comedy show. We might see her on Twitter.
I want to know what her opinion is going to be about the show, and about like her not being on the show anymore.
Ain't nobody. She's not stupid.
What you mean she not stupid? Her putting out that racist tweet.
That's ignorant. She's not stupid. You know, the thing is, she's when it comes to racism, she won't be able to hold that in. That's who she. She's just a racist.
Yeah.
But now, if she speaks out against ABC, you see, she's never done that.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, she didn't speak out about a network.
Yeah.
Because she speaks out about ABC. NBC is not going to pick her up because she speaks out about us.
Yeah.
CBS won't.
Yeah.
You know, Netflix won't. Netflix is one of the most liberal companies out there.
Yeah.
So she would be hurting herself more, and I think she knows that. And if she doesn't know that, her manager definitely knows that.
I thought you was gonna say her mama knows.
No. Her manager definitely knows that, and I think that we will see. We will not see her for a while.
Okay.
And if she does comment on that show, she is going to keep it light. And even if she has negative comments about the show, she's gonna keep them light.
Okay. We'll see.
They should replace her with a black woman. And I'm not talking any black woman. They need to bring in
like the stereotypical.
No,
Oh,
not stereotypical.
Because you're screwing up your face. Like
Nah, I want them to bring in what's the name from Orange Is the New Black?
Oh, Loretta, not Loretta. Laverne.
No.
Oh.
Not that one.
Oh.
So that character I think would be perfect for the show like this, just because it would be different, and to replace her with that would be amazing. And everybody knows the character is it Uzo?
Oh, I don't want to mispronounce her name.
I don't want to either. And that's why I'm having a hard time not saying it.
So I'm gonna wait till you find it. I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah.
But Beyonce got the best album. No, what was it? Best album? Or
Uzo Aduba.
Yeah.
And I think that let's bring Uzo Aduba as the new wife.
Yeah.
As the new mother. Let's do that. And that's probably the little girl's adopted, something like that. And let her be the new character. And name her Roseanne. And I want to see how angry Roseanne Barr gets. And I would love it. I want to see that. Or How to Get Away with Murder.
The main character?
Main character in How to Get Away with Murder. Viola Davis.
Yes.
Let Viola Davis be the character. With her speeches. With the speeches. You will not. You are going to school today. I want to see that. Or Kerry Washington. Let Kerry Washington walk off a Scandal and be the new.
No, she's too young for that role.
She could be an aunt. She could be the little girl's actual mom, her real mom.
Yeah.
And come in there with the speeches.
Yeah.
This is not a family that I decided to be in. This is not what's going to happen here. You're going to get off the couch and you are going to wash your butt. And I am tired of you always complaining and griping and hurting everything that we do in this family. What you're going to do now is decide what you want. Do you want to be a gladiator or do you want to be a Connor? You get to choose right. I want to see that. I want to see a black female figure on that show.
Somebody make a parody of that, because that would be so dope. That would be so dope. Somebody make a parody of that. Okay, let's remind the people where they could find us.
Okay, so we have a lot of places you can find us. We want to thank everybody for being with us.
Yeah.
And we'd like to let you know that you can catch us on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, SoundCloud, Instagram, Spotify, Twitter.
Yeah.
At For the Culture.
For the Culture.
You can also follow M.E.C.C.A Entertainment, which is the parent company of this podcast, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And Allie is not on social media. But you can find me at the_conscious_gent on Twitter and Instagram. We want to thank y'all for listening.
Thank you.
Peace.
Take a picture, man. It'll last longer. Hit the gas on them. Hit a dance on them. Take no chance on them. Get the cash